Hi, everybody. This is Maxine Taylor with my October full moon ceremony. And I welcome all of you because this is a very, very important month for us. I'll tell you why. Later on in October, we are going to have an eclipse, and then we'll have another one in November. And so these are major times in our lives. Mercury is still in the shadow of the retrograde, and it will be there until the 15th, 16th, right in that time frame. You know, it could be early morning between those two times. And haven't you noticed that it feels just as if Mercury is still retrograde? Well, that's because it's in the shadow of the retrograde. But this time, there is so much going around, so much in the world, health-wise, politically, emotionally. It's just really, I liken it to fine-tuning a violin or a guitar, and you're turning the string and you're turning the string and it's getting tighter and tighter. You understand. And on the full moon, everything comes to a head. I'm going to tell you where this full moon is in your solar chart. And I'm going to suggest to you that you find it in your birth chart as well and combine the two. Now, before I go any further, some of you already know this. I am so happy to tell you that even though this is the proof of my new book, Take Back Your Money, is available on Amazon.com and my website, MaxineTaylor.com. Money is a major issue for us right now on planet Earth. And while it is available, we either have a lack mentality or an abundance mentality, or we got both of them and we flip between the two of them. What I've experienced myself, and I'm sure you have too, is that when you have the money you need to pay your bills, buy your groceries, go on vacations, you're happy. And when you're happy, you're healthy. It's when you can't pay for the necessities of life that you're terrified and you're right back into your story. Well, you know, my method, my Take Back Your Life method, is what I use to help clients move past their story. The birth chart tells you your story. It tells you your programming. Doesn't tell you how to get rid of it. My books will, because this technique does not require astrological information. Anybody can take back their money in this case, because there's no astrology involved. Once again, we were programmed in utero and by mother, father, family, etc., etc., etc. This book will open your eyes to your programming relating to money, and you'll blow your own mind, because it will help you see, as you have never seen before, perhaps, the programming, and give you a technique for getting rid of it and rewriting it. And this book is affordable. If you would like a personal one-on-one session with me, a 3-hour session, okay, go to my website, MaxineTaylor.com, and go to the spiritual coaching tab, I think it's called. It's not the astrology tab. It's the spiritual coaching. And you'll see the opportunity to sign up for a 3-hour session. The people I've worked with, and I've worked with people using this technique for 35 to 40 years, they've all said it transformed their lives. Now, you can go back into your programming anytime your button gets punched. And so I tell you what to do when that happens. It's just that simple. And a lot of people like the one-on-one because they want that attention and detail from me that I can't give you in this book, but I can give you the book and turn you loose, because these times are very, very important. All of the light workers, you who are light workers, who are walk-ins, who are healers, who are empaths, who are psychics. It is our turn. All we need to change the world is the tipping point. And that tipping point comes from love. And if you are in your story, you can't do it because there are too many programs running. And what you do is release the program and accept the truth, which is that you are love itself in an earthbound body. You are source energy, which means you are financial abundance. And if you don't have the money you want, it's because your programming won't let you, period, bottom line. My dear friends, it is your turn. If not you, who? If not now, when? Take back your money. Telling you, the way we do anything is the way we do everything. This is a hot topic. It's going to cover everything in your life. I wrote it for you. Okay, now I've shared that with you. Okay, let's look and see where the full moon is in your solar chart. First of all, the full moon is Sunday, October 9th. Today is Friday, October 7th. This is a new record for me, getting this out to you 2 days ahead of time. Usually it's 1 day or less. So in the Eastern time zone, and convert this to your time zone, the full moon on Sunday, October 9th, first of all, will be in 16 degrees, 33 minutes of Aries. Find 16 Aries 33 in your birth chart. And I'm going to tell you where it is in your solar chart. And so you'll have the whole picture. It will occur 4:56 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. So convert that to your time zone. And for those of you who are in Europe, you are probably well versed in this. Those of us here in the States, we've got different states that are on daylight time, others that are not. It gets a little confusing, okay? But just convert this to your time, all right? Now, let me tell you where this full moon falls in your solar chart. Aries, it falls in your first house. Now, you know Aries, how you say, I'm doing what I want, when I want, how I want, because I want. Well, now you're going to do it even more so. It's really my way or the highway. So you know what? Go for it. Go for it. Taurus, you want to pull back and get away from people at this point. You need your solitude and privacy, maybe more sleep, especially if you've been working out. Your body may be just plain old tired. So pull back. The spirit plane is very much alive for you with this full moon. So perhaps your dreams are very strong. Your meditations, very powerful, quite beautiful. Gemini, the humanitarian in you is activated now. It is time for you to be a friend to everybody. Humanitarian projects and groups, that is what you're going to love to be involved with. And being by yourself, not with this full moon. You'll turn to your friends. And once again, your humanitarian side is very strong. So you may find yourself investigating and looking into more humanitarian groups, because we know the world needs those groups now more than ever. Cancerians, your career is triggered. It's time for you to be the leader. So step up to the plate. Lateral moves, straight up. Express and accept your leadership. Everybody, it is time for you to accept the awesomeness of you. Many of us were taught to be humble. We were taught to be quiet. We were taught to just kind of put a lid on it. And I've been doing astrology charts since 1967. So many people have been squelched by well-meaning adults since childhood. It is time for you to shine. Do you have planets in your 10th house, in your natal chart? You're a leader. Go for it. I wish, well, I'm not in the position to do it, but I wish I were available for 1 week to read the chart of everybody on this video now, because you would fall in love with you. And when you love you and when you like you, that's even more than the love. I found I could love myself because I knew that it was God. I was God in an earthbound body, and that God was love. I could say, oh yes, I love myself. How about, do you like yourself? Not so much, because the left brain comes in and tells you about all the mistakes you've ever made your whole life, doesn't it? Especially when you're trying to sleep. Tell it to take a hike. So Cancerians, be the leader. Leo, great, grand, glorious Leo. You're seeing a much bigger picture now. You're seeing opportunities you didn't know you had. Your principles, your concepts, your beliefs are triggered. Are you thinking of going back to school, maybe taking a course, a higher education course, going for a higher degree? Or are you just wanting to get on a plane and get out of Dodge and go someplace far, far away? Do it all. Do it all. Virgo. Well, this is a time for you to regroup, look within, analyze everything that comes up, because analysis is your forte. If I want to know how to do something, I ask a Virgo, because you guys have it analyzed simply. Step 1, step 2, part A, part B. And if I am wise, I will follow your instructions, because you know exactly how to do it. This is a time of privacy and transformation. And this is a time when you can help other people, believe it or not, get their money clarity that they need. It's wonderful. Go for it. Libra, lovely Libra, partnership of all kinds. Business partnerships, personal partnerships. This is you interacting with other people and helping them, because that's where the full moon falls. And so you're going to attract people who are going to put themselves first. So you might as well Get used to it, my dear Libra friends, and put other people first right now. Not always, but you do because you are other directed and you say the right thing at the right time to the right person. So everybody loves you. Scorpio, take care of your health and your job. You know, you don't do anything halfway. It's all the way or nothing for you. I love that. And if you're thinking of changing your health regimen or changing something about your job, this would be a great time to do it. Sagittarius, it's time to party. And if you have children, they're going to want to get some of your attention. It's time for you to have fun. That can be sports, that can be movies, that can be anything you want it to be. But it's not about work right now. It's about play. I love that. That's one of the things I need to learn how to do. I'm a worker, not a player. So, Capricorn, home and family, very important to you. Real estate, very important to you. So, remember, we're in the shadow of the retrograde Mercury. And so it may be a little harder to put things into action, but you can start new projects under the shadow of the retrograde. So anything dealing with real estate, with family, and when I say real estate, I mean personal real estate, buying, selling, renovating. And when I say family, I mean anybody who is part of your family, because this is a time to fulfill your own need for emotional security. Aquarius, you are always ahead of your time, and you are now able to express your ideas in a way that most earthlings can understand what you're saying. This is awesome. Very often, we will speak philosophically, and people are wondering, how do I apply that to me? Right now, you are able to help people apply it to themselves because you see where they're coming from and you can express it in a way that they can actually hear it. Bravo. And last but not least, Pisces, this is you creating money because you can create it. On this full moon, you can create money, you can create what money can buy. So maybe somebody says, you know, I've got this really great car, but I just bought a new one. Would you like my old one? And the old one might be a Tesla, you know. In other words, this is the time to receive, to release all blockages to creating abundance. And so, Pisces, check out my book, Take Back Your Money. Okay. Now, what you know that we do after the full moon placement is we burn our lists. And I have my little list here. You may have a longer list. When I used to do the full moon ceremonies over at Phoenix and the Dragon, a lot of people had lists for their friends who were unable to be at the ceremony. And I thought that was wonderful. And I encouraged everybody to do that. And I remember one person had a big, fat, thick envelope, you know, letter sized. And I'm thinking, I wonder how many lists she's got in that envelope. I didn't ask because there's always something going on at the ceremony that needed my attention and focus. But she was doing it, she told me later, for other people as well as herself. So you can send this video to anybody you like. The price of admission is the same thing you paid. Nothing. This is my give back, and take this and receive it on whatever level you can. Okay, so it's time to burn our lists. And of course, those of you who've been to my full moon ceremony know that I am not a great fire starter, but with matches, I can do it. So I'm going to see about getting it done right now. I'm feeling very optimistic because these plain old ordinary matches work for me and have worked. Look at there. Look at there. Okay. So I am burning my list. I'm giving you the back of it. I'm looking at the front of it so I can read the list while it burns, and you can see it burning. And if you want to stop this video now and do your own list, burn your own list, please, that's a great idea. And I'm going to set this down here on the floor. I have hardwood floors, so. And the list is pretty much gone. The reason we burn our lists is because we're sending our lists to spirit, to God. If we hold them in our hot little hand, God can't deliver. Now that I can't say that for sure, but there's a holding back. When you let it go to God, when you turn it over to God, and I know I'm preaching to the choir on this because I know some of you, and I know how spiritually advanced you are. When you give something to God, you get a return that is 10 times better than what you thought it would be. Now, have I measured it 10 times better? But it's a whole lot better. I'm always thrilled to pieces with what I receive after I turn it over to God. I know some of you know exactly what I'm talking about. If we were together right now, you'd be nodding your heads, and you may be nodding your head right now in your own living room. Okay. Excuse me. Sorry about that. Okay, now we are going to, now that we've burned our lists, we are going to do one of my favorite things, and that is right hand, left hand. This to me works every single time. I can do it in the morning when I'm meditating. I always spread my cards and read them, and whatever needs changing, I change right then and there. And I do right hand, left hand, and it feels marvelous. So what we do, first of all, we put our hand over our heart so that we're coming from love. If you're angry or upset, it is sometimes a little difficult for you to do this step. Just do it the best you can, if you can, okay? That's my suggestion to you. So when you're coming from love, extend your right hand, and in it, put your heart's desire. I'll share this with you. This morning, I realized that I had not been asking for my heart's desire. Now, when you get your heart's desire, don't be calling up your girlfriends all over the place and all over the country and telling them what your heart's desire is. This is between you and God. Okay? So this is what you put in your right hand. And if you feel it deeply, you may shed some tears because you want it so much. Now, what you will not be able to be successful with is if you say something like, I want him to fall in love with me. You can't put it on somebody else. It's what you want. And so God will show you what you believe his falling in love with you will give you. And that's what you want. Security, perhaps. Belonging. Love. Whatever it is, that's what you want. Do you care if it's with him or somebody else? If that somebody else is your soulmate, please. You hear what I'm saying? Okay. So that's in your right hand. And you just put that back over your heart. In your left hand, you ask God to show you what is blocking you from that. And it may be that you, for whatever reason, money or lack thereof is your block. Whatever it is it fear? Is it loneliness? Is it the fact that you are not supposed to surpass your older brother? These are very common blocks. And when you got one of those nasty blocks in your hand, you toss that to God. You get rid of it because you want it gone. And you are left with what you really, truly want. And so now we are going to do a bunch of acceptances. And those of you who are with me every month know how powerful they are. We're going to start with you saying, I, and follow it with the name you were given at birth. Because at birth, you were pure spirit. You were love itself. And you could receive. Now, you were also programmed when you were tiny. But you also were open. Because at that point you were truly spirit, truly love. So at the count of 3, and I'm not going to speak, I'm going to let you do it where you are, because I don't want to interfere with you. But what I'll be saying silently is I and my full name at birth. And so you're going to say, for example, I, Tom James Smith Jr. Okay, that was your given name. All right, here we go. 1, 2, 3. I, and your birth name, take back my heart. Because the heart is necessary for love. I take back my soul. Who has your soul? Who have you given your soul away to? And who have you given your heart away to? I take back my soul. I take back my mind. You can't think if you have given somebody else your mind. You are thinking their thoughts. Take it back, your mind. I take back my body. I mean, it's self-explanatory. I take back my honor. I take back my identity. Your identity is God, spirit, whatever you call God. I don't mean a God of fear or negativity. I mean the pure God itself. I take back my self-respect. Because when you give these things away, you lose all self-respect. I accept my God-given gifts and talents. Because that's you. That's what you came here to express in this lifetime. I take back my God-given power. And finally, I take back my life. And I haven't given you any instructions on taking it back. Normally, I would say, well, it pours down from the top of your head through every cell in your body and out the soles of your feet. And what I saw was everybody does it their own way. So, okay. And now, this is probably my favorite part, the star cards. Oh gosh. Years ago, I made up all of these star cards because there were angel cards out there, and there were this kind of cards, and some of them were not really positive. And if I want to pick a card, I want to be inspired. I want it to be positive. I don't want a lesson. The world presents me with lessons. And so what we're going to do now is accept these star cards. And you can do this silently or verbally. I will read you the card. And I'll read it to you. And then you verbalize it. Okay? So here's the first one. I love this. You are loved and wanted. I am loved and wanted. You don't have to believe it. Just say it. If you find a card that you think, well, I wish that were so, accept it, accept it, accept it, accept it every single day. Every single day. And come back next month. We'll do it again. You are God made manifest. I am God made manifest. These are pretty powerful. I forgot how powerful they were. Look at this one. Excuse me. Just look at it. Yeah. Claim your prosperity. I claim my prosperity. Ooh, perfect timing, don't you think? Oh, I love it. I love it. I love it. Where's that book? There it is. Okay. You have courage. I have courage. Oh, these are great. Now, these cards are reflecting all of us around the world right now. So we're a pretty powerful group. All right. You are wise. I am wise. Oh, I'm getting really excited about these. You are valuable. I am valuable. Oh. Now, here's something that just came to me. I'm going to throw something out that's not here sitting on this table. But here's a variation on that might really speak to you. I have worth and value. Try that. I have worth and value. Somehow that gives it a different twist. It pinpoints it. You have mega energy. I have mega energy. Boy, haven't we all been whooped? We need energy. You express your beauty. I express my beauty. Are you getting excited? I love these. I hope you are. Oh, I love this. I love this. You are limitless. I am limitless. People like you. People like me. If you have trouble accepting that now, do it every single day. Every single day till you get it. And you'll know when you get it. You make a difference. I make a difference. You tell the truth. I tell the truth. And one that's going to sit, let's see, 3, 6, we've done 12. So it's a zodiac. And so this is the middle of it. Oh, the final one. You ready? You are magnificent. I am magnificent. Oh, my dear friends, thank you so much for joining me in our monthly full moon ceremony. I hope you feel empowered, and I hope that you have enough information right now to create the wealth that you want. And some people have said to me, I don't need wealth. I just need enough money to pay my bills. Okay, whatever you want. I have a friend who said she wants $2 million. Cool. Cool. Go for it. Leave yourself open to it because you deserve it. And so, till we meet again, may the stars shine brightly on you and yours. Bye for now.